Hello everyone, Z3, KO Trinity, back from the dead. It has been a while since I've made a video. It's almost the end of May. This year is kind of flying by so far. So hopefully you guys are having a good year so far. But let's jump right into it. Last year, Nathan Hale Classics had announced a 25 movie challenge where you pick a category like 25 black or white movies, 25 horror movies, 25 westerns, where you just pick a genre and you choose 25 movies to watch, and you have the whole year to watch it. Well, last year, I chose, let me just get down deep, I chose James Bond movies. Because I have never seen a James Bond movie, and ironically, there was 25 of them. So that worked out great. So last year, I made it a goal to watch all 25 James Bond movies before the year was up. And let me tell you, I was pushing it close. Literally, the last day, December 31st, I had finished the last two James Bond movies that I needed to watch to complete the marathon. So I was pushing it close. But here is my ranking of the James Bond movies. It's been quite a while since I've watched them, so I don't really remember details about each one. So I'm just going to name my ranking. If I remember a little bit about certain ones, I'll mention it. If not, don't worry about it. But coming in at number 25 was Diamonds Are Forever. I gave it a 1.5 star. I did not care for it. I thought it was boring. Number 24, For Your Eyes Only. Once again, I thought it was kind of boring. I gave it a 2 star out of 5. You Only Live Twice comes in at number 23. Gave it a 2 star as well. If you want to know my thoughts on these movies, you can always check out my letterbox. I write my reviews there. Like I said, it's been a while since I've watched these movies, so yeah, I don't really remember too much about what happened. So coming in at number 22 was On Her Majesty's Secret Service. A lot of people usually have this one kind of higher on their list, but I just didn't care for it. 2 star. Number 21 was Tomorrow Never Dies. I gave it a 2 star as well. You could definitely feel the early 2000s in that. Number 20, A View to Kill. That was kind of crazy, but once again, it just wasn't my favorite. 2 star. A lot of these got 2 stars, by the way. Coming in at number 19, Die Another Day. A lot of people really liked this one, but I just did not. It didn't hit the mark with me. 2 star. Number 18, The Spy Who Loved Me. That one might shock a lot of people, but I gave it a 2 star as well. Number 17, Quantum of Solace. It was pretty bad. It's the worst of the Daniel Craig run, which is my favorite James Bond. Spoiler. But, yeah, it's the weakest one of those movies. Just, 2.5 star. Number 16, The Man with the Golden Gun. Even though it got number 16, I still really liked that movie. I gave it a 2.5 stars. Number 15, Octopussy. Personally, I always heard that was the best James Bond film that there was, the original ones. I wouldn't say that. No, I give it a 3 star. Number 14, The Living Daylights. I really did like this movie, even though it made number 14 on the list. I actually really enjoyed it. I think from this point on, I actually liked and enjoyed all the movies. So, even though they're not like number 1 on the list. Dr. No comes in at number 13. I gave it a 3 star. Live and Let Die comes in at number 12 with 3.5 stars. Number 11, Goldfinger, which was really cool to watch with 3.5 stars. And as I'm watching these, like, Austin Powers clearly pops in my head as I'm watching these, so I can definitely see where they got influenced by these movies. So, which Austin Powers is a spoof of James Bond anyway. Now for my top 10 James Bond movies. Coming in at number 10 is Moonraker. And I really enjoyed this movie because of the character Jaws. He is my favorite character in the James Bond universe. I just thought he was pretty badass. Gave it a 3.5 star. Coming in at number 9, The World Is Not Enough. That one's probably, well, never mind. I was going to say probably my favorite of the early 2000s, but the next one is my favorite of the early 2000s, which comes in at number 8, GoldenEye. Going in on this marathon, I thought for sure GoldenEye was going to be like ranked number 1 or 2 or somewhere within the top 5 because I always heard it was so great. But maybe the hype kind of got to me. I just didn't think it was that great to be top 5. But I gave it a 3.5 star. Coming in at number 7, this one kind of shocks a few people. From Russia with Love. I know a lot of people put that kind of lower on their list. I personally really liked it, really enjoyed it, so I gave it a 4 star. Number 6 is Spectre. This was the last movie I had watched in the marathon, and I got it in just in time before the year was over. So I gave it a 4 star, really good movie. Number 5, Thunderball. I was highly impressed with Thunderball. Really enjoyed it. It's my favorite of the older James Bonds. I really enjoyed it. 4.5 star. Number 4, License to Kill. Really enjoyed this one a lot, too. I gave it a 4.5 star. The next 3 all got perfect 5 stars from me. And since I haven't mentioned them, you pretty much can guess what they would be. Coming in at number 3, all 3 movies are Daniel Craig's, which is the best James Bond in my opinion. Number 3, Casino Royale. Really love that movie. Very, very suspenseful. One of the most suspenseful card games in all of movie cinema. Just epic. Very epic. Coming in at number 2, this is going to shock people. And like I said, this is my list, my ranking of how I feel. So don't hate on the video because it's not your number 1 or whatever. So you could tell me what your top 5 favorite James Bond movies in the comments below. I would love to hear them. But coming in at number 2, Skyfall. Really love the movie. Loved hearing James Bond's backstory. The whole fight at the school was epic. Or the orphanage. Just great, great movie. But number 1, since by process of elimination, number 1 is No Time to Die. I was highly impressed with this movie. Loved it. Everything about it. The one thing that I found negative about it was I wish that they could have put more into Rami Malek's character, because he was such a menacing villain, but he had such little screen time. I wish that he could have had more to do with the movie. That's my only critique about it. The opening song, incredible. Glad it won the Oscar. And I just really loved the movie. It was a very good way to say goodbye. Sorry, spoilers, but say goodbye to James Bond, Daniel Craig's James Bond. I know it says James Bond will return, but it's not going to be Daniel Craig. But yeah, that movie was incredible in my opinion, and that is my number 1. Alright, so like I said, it's been a while since I made a video, so I'm kind of rusty. Hopefully you guys are okay with with my presentations. But for this year, I know it's already May. I have started my 25 movies that I'm going to be doing this year. I haven't created the list on Letterboxd yet or nothing like that. But I chose to do for my next 25 movie challenge is 25 B-rated horror movies. And you probably can't see it too well, but you can't see it at all, but the very bottom of my scary movie bookshelf, like this whole bookshelf here is nothing but scary movies. So the very bottom is filled with DVDs of like B-rated horror movies that my friend had got me over the year and I've collected over the years that I have not seen. So my next 25 movie challenge is going to be B-rated horror movies. Or at least what I feel is considered a B-rated horror film. So, yeah. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hit the like button if you did. If you didn't, hit thumbs down and I will find you. No, I'm just kidding. But until next time, Lord knows when that'll be. Deuskies.